Do you have a favorite KPI? Hi, I'm Patti Scharf, CPA and partner at Acuity. Today I'm going to talk about key performance indicators and which ones you should pay attention to when managing your e-commerce store. KPIs are the scorecard of how your business is doing, and these metrics, generally when you look at them just standalone, they don't really mean anything. Their power comes in watching them over time and starting to see trends as they go up, as they go down, so that you know how to take action within your business. One thing to keep in mind about KPIs is that it's not really a one-size-fits-all kind of a thing. So what's important to another business might be different from what's important to you. So as we go through this list, I'm going to give you kind of the most common ones that I've seen, and then you can pick and choose which ones apply to you. And I would add that the metrics that you're using may change over time based on the needs of your business. So if you're paying special attention to conversion rates, you might be using conversion metrics more than you're using inventory metrics or vice versa. So just keep that in mind, that you should customize this list for whatever is needed in your business to help it run well. Let's start with some key financial metrics. Now, this is the ultimate scorecard because this is where money is coming back in your pocket. This is your proof on everything that you're doing with your business. We're going to start. The first KPI is sales. I know it seems so obvious. It doesn't seem like it should be a KPI, but it is. People who are paying attention to their sales revenue over time, you can see if the business is growing, you can see if it's contracting. It's a really important one. And then the next one is EBITDA. EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So depreciation, amortization, interest, taxes, those are all things that, yes, they go into your net income when you're maybe doing a tax return or something like that, but it doesn't really talk about the operational aspects of your business. What you're looking for is your net profit before all that extra stuff, because that can kind of skew things. So when people are talking about EBITDA, obviously this is why you're in business, is to make money. This is speaking to the actual health of your company. They talk about revenue or sales being a vanity metric. Your EBITDA is your sanity metric. So this is an important one to track. The third one I wanted to mention is contribution margin. And that one is so important that I did a whole video dedicated just to that topic. So go check that out. But in short, what this is it's the amount of net profit essentially before all of your overhead expenses. So the amount of money that you need to bring in to cover everything else to keep the lights on and keep your business running. Of KPIs I want to talk about are all the sales and marketing and ad spend metrics. If you go on YouTube, you will see thousands of different metrics that people are checking out. They are paying attention to clicks, they're paying attention to submissions, they're paying attention to visitors. Like, all of that is important because all of this information is driving increasing your sales, it's driving increasing your conversion rates, it's driving increasing the lifetime value of your customers. So all of these are super important for your business, but there are too many to list. So I've just got about half a dozen or more that I've seen most often, and I'm just going to talk those through with you now. First up is the sales conversion rate. This is the number of sales divided by the number of visitors to your site. So what you're trying to find out is, are people who are visiting your site, are they actually becoming customers of yours? And you want to know this because it'll help you identify if maybe there's a pricing problem, if there's a usability issue with your site. There are lots of different things that can come out of knowing this number and paying attention to it over time. Returning customer rate. If you're using Shopify, you will actually see this information on Shopify's dashboard. And what this is telling you is, are your customers, are they return customers? If you have a lot of people who are buying from you over and over again, that's going to increase the lifetime value of your customers. And that is a good thing. The cart abandonment rate can tell you how much people are going to your site, looking at your products, adding them to cart, but then leaving before actually completing the sale. This is like, being on the 1 yard line and fumbling the ball. Like you want them to complete the transaction. And if a lot of people are doing that, it can help you dig in and figure out why. And it could also help you in identify, oh, maybe I can add a tool where as somebody starts moving off the page, something pops up that says, hey, don't forget to buy this, or here's a coupon or something like that. So this is something that can help improve your sales, just knowing what's going on. Average order value. When you know the average value of the orders that are being placed across all of your channels, it can help you define your pricing and marketing strategies so that you can improve the bottom line of your business. Organic rankings. Strong organic rankings are directly related to sales. And I think it can speak to the strength of your brand, and it can help your ad spend be used more impactfully. Return on ad spend. This is a big one in the e-commerce world. Basically what it is if you are paying for some type of marketing campaign. So let's say you're doing Google AdWords or something like that, and you've spent $100 and you get $500 worth of sales based on that campaign. You would calculate your ROAS as $500 sales divided by $100 of ad spend to come up with a ROAS of 5. So your trick is to make that number be as high as possible. And not the last one by a long shot. Like I said, there are thousands of other metrics you could be using, but the last one I'm going to talk about for sales and marketing and ad spend is customer acquisition cost, or CAC. What this is any sales, marketing, monies that you're spending to bring in customers. You look at that for a set period of time, and then you divide that by the number of new customers during that same period, and that is your CAC. So obviously you want this number to be as low as possible because you want more customers with less ad spend. But this can help you keep track of making sure that the monies that you're spending is being used efficiently. Just like sales, marketing, and ad spend, inventory has another plethora of different KPIs that you can use to help track inventory, to manage inventory, and all of that. I'm just going to give you 3. The first one is cost per unit. This is where you are adding up all of your variable costs, all your fixed costs related to the purchase of a product that you're going to be selling. So you take all of those costs, divide it by the number of products purchased, units purchased, and you end up with your cost per unit. Next, we have inventory turnover rate. This is your cost of goods sold divided by your average inventory. And what it's showing is how frequently you are buying and replacing, like buying, selling, replacing your inventory and selling it over and over. This is really important, especially when you go to order new product. If you know you have a long lead time, say 4 months between the time you place the order and the time that you get it, you need to be able to order enough product so that you don't run out. So this metric's really important. It also shows the efficiency of your inventory management system. And finally, we've got days sales and inventory, or days on hand. This is basically the inverse of the inventory turnover rate. You measure it by your average inventory divided by cost of goods sold times 365. And what it's doing is it's measuring how quickly your inventory is turning into sales. So how long do you have it on hand before it turns around and turns into money that you're generating for your business? All right, so thanks for sticking with me through all of those KPIs. If you want to take a step back and get kind of the big picture about using data to make decisions, we did an e-commerce panel at AcuityCon a couple of years ago, and I thought it was just some really good information. It's not too long, but you can go check that video out here. And I hope you like this video. If you did, please like, comment, and share. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you later.